What are the Henry VIII laws all about? Henry VIII is our story. We are living under the rebuilding of Henry VIII's reign and the barons, because it's the same story, the same psychology. And so, in order to know where we're going, you need to know who Henry VIII was and what drove him, and it's very simple. He couldn't get an erection for beautiful women. They put him out of sorts and put him off the mood. He preferred them rough, ready, easy, no emotional tie. And so when he couldn't get an erection for Anne Boleyn, he blamed her and beheaded her, murdered her. A woman who was a socialite, just trying to get ahead of a woman trying to live in a man's world. A really smart, beautiful woman, no chance, yeah? The patriarchy says we can't have that. So it destroys this clever, intuitive, educated, cultured woman, and just destroys her because he can't get an erection. But the real murder is the murder of Lady Jane Grey. 17-year-old girl led blindfold to her execution to have her head cut off by a swordsman. As they lead her to the block, they leave her stranded for a moment, blindfolded. 17 years old, thrust into this crazy marriage by her uncle, one of the barons, and then sacrificed fucking days later because he couldn't get an erection for her either. Of course not. He's fucking an old man. She's a young girl. I don't know what the limit is, but there's a limit, isn't there? And that was it. So he couldn't get it up for her, so he killed her. And then picture her stumbling towards the block, blindfolded. She's preparing to have her head cut off, to die. Murdered under Henry VIII's laws. It's legal because he's head of the church. The fucking coronation is restoring that right to Jug Ears, to the Clown Prince and his fucking evil bride, the evil stepmother. Yeah? And I'm calling him out, that he's trying to own the shame of Diana's murder. Diana was murdered by a system that drove her to her death. And we are vindicating that murder retrospectively by allowing him to have this Henry VIII laws, this chant, this pledge of allegiance we're supposed to give to him. He's fucking missed it. It's supposed to be him pledging allegiance to us. When Elizabeth took the throne, that was her pledge. She gave her life to service. Now, she was a rich, powerful woman twisted up by stuff, okay? But she was our story. And I still live under Queen Elizabeth's reign as far as I'm concerned. Fuck you, Jug Ears, and your wicked stepmother. I do not atone you for the shame of being implicated in the murder of your beautiful wife because you couldn't get a fucking erection. You see the connection, my friends, with narcissism and erections. And I speak from experience. Okay? That's my cure. So I understand that. So let's not do it. Let's not go there. This Pledge of Allegiance is our moment to say no. Let's have a referendum. King or no king? And I've got a plan for no king, which includes unity with Ireland, the Republic, as all nations working together as a new country called Britain. We'll be in the single market. Republic of Ireland will retain its links with the EU and will work under EU rules and build a new country of transparency. The construction of this country will be done entirely openly. Every single email and WhatsApp message and every single communication will be listened to and recorded. Okay? Telephone conversations. And formal meetings will be formally recorded. Everything will be open and transparent. Nothing is to be hidden. And we'll build a new democracy. And it'll be fucking so easy. There'll be a central democracy, like the EU civil service. Totally uncorruptible, because you can step in and you ask, what's going on? What's happened? What's there? And you can follow the trail yourself. It will be set up for you to investigate democracy yourself. All we need to do then, citizens' assemblies calling up whenever the bureaucracy needs some information and a decision to be made about something. Calls us up, we'll have a straw poll. We can either have a consistent people who always go and they come in and out, but they're educated. Yeah, they're just the smartest people go there, the wisest, represented in the engineer, the physic, and the spirit, and the whole circle, creating that collective consciousness and coming up with the decisions, and then the bureaucracy gets off and does its job again, working its 15-hour working weeks, and we all take our turns and we can go and work in the bureaucracy. We choose where we're good, what we're good at, for our 15-hour working week, and the rest of the time is spent breathing and learning how to control our environment and learning. Homo sapien. We're going to become sapient humans. Homo superior. Welcome to the future. So, no coronation. It's not a good idea. Love rules. Do the work. Choose.